And we've made it to Celebration Fri-Yay here at This is Private Practice. Welcome to Friday afternoon, where it is almost tools down time. Understanding that it is the celebration of all things Thanksgiving in the Northern Hemisphere today, particularly in the USA. So to our USA friends, we say enjoy your food comas, enjoy your family, enjoy the snow, which just it's so weird for me to think about you guys living in snow at this time of year. But then my son is in Canada at the moment, and he's been sending me pictures of him in snow as well, and it's very deep snow. We can sometimes have snow close to where I live. We're lucky if it settles on the ground. Anywho, so what are you celebrating this week? What have you been able to achieve or change or think about or tick off your list or get done? Or are you just celebrating the fact that you have gotten through the week? For some of us, that is a very, very real thing. I know for most of us living here in Australia, we have got all sorts of anxiety and escalation happening with the run into the end of the year, and it's hard not to get caught up in all of that. I was out with my husband for a couple of hours this morning, and we thought we would pop into a specific shopping centre to run a couple of errands, which I, in my wisdom, thought would take us half an hour. 90 minutes later, and that's got nothing to do with the fact that Joe loves shopping. Joe does not like shopping. Had everything to do with the fact that there are so many more people around, so many more inattentive people around, so many more people wanting the car park that I actually wanted to park in right then and there. People in queues are so much longer. So it's going to be that time of year where it starts to take us a little bit longer to do the things that normally wouldn't take so long, which is also why God invented Amazon and online shopping, because that is now the way I'm going to do the rest of this year. And I'm curious to know if you have got an event or a card or a thank you or something for you to add to your very own book of evidence. I'm found it tricky this week to think about what I was going to write in my book of evidence, but then I realized I had a really special moment yesterday, and if you're wondering, this is your book of evidence. This is the very first one that was ever created. I'm still using it, and these are the ones that are available now. I got to go and meet with an insurance company or an agent of an insurance company yesterday, and this is a particular cohort of claims that have been on claim for a really long period of time. So these are people that have been living with injury, illness, disability from work-related accidents for sometimes over 20 years, which is as long as I've been doing this work. It might feel soulless, it might feel heartbreaking, it might feel like they're banging their head against a brick wall, but this team of people that I got to meet with yesterday are so passionate about the work they do inside the insurance company, people. And I was just so filled with joy at the difference they wanted to make in people's lives. One of their biggest issues with me coming along, presenting our program to them, was they didn't want another program to try and encourage their clients to go and participate in that wasn't going to deliver. That was their biggest concern. It's like, I don't want to send my people to any more stuff that is going to increase their sense of failure. I thought, wow, what a powerful statement for a claims assessor to actually make, that they care enough about the people that they're looking after to not want to put them in a position where they could potentially fail again. So I was really grateful that I had some real life stories and some good data to be able to go, we don't want that either. We genuinely do not want people to feel like they are failing. Recovering from any injury, illness, disability is hard enough. You do not need a third party coming in saying, well, you couldn't make this program work, therefore there must be something wrong with you. No, we don't subscribe to that. And the other thing that I got out of that meeting yesterday was we were looking at some potential people who would be a really good fit for this program. And I actually was reintroduced to a gentleman that I was working with over 10 years ago. And that saddened me. It saddened me so much that this gentleman has not been able to make gains in his life. And there's lots of reasons for that. He had a horrific injury. He was shot at work as a security guard. His English is not his first language. He's completely socially isolated. And I did some good work with him, but you know, circumstances change. But we now have an opportunity to re-engage with him and help him take back control of some parts of his life. And that just filled me with so much joy. That in the last 10 years, I have been building reputation, gaining knowledge and skills, meeting the people that are helping me bring this to life, so that we can actually sit down with this gentleman now and go, hey, we have something of value to offer you here, and it's not necessarily about going back to work. How about we help you reconnect to your community and maybe get you the treatment that you need? So that's going to be a long, almost journal entry into my book of evidence today, but I am just so grateful that we get the opportunity. We partner with people when they are incredibly vulnerable in their lives, and it's such a privilege to do this work. So if I'm going to participate in Thanksgiving today, that's what I want to be thankful for. I want to be thankful for the work I get to do, that I am called to this work, and I know that I know that. And there are times when I feel like I'm not making a difference, when I'm not able to make a contribution. There are times when running the business component of this work is tougher than I ever expected. There are times when life gets in the way. But when I know that we have something to offer and it is good, then I know that I'm doing the right thing at the right time. So I would like to challenge you and encourage you to make an entry into your very own book of evidence this week. You will fill it up in no time. You better let me know if that's happening, because I'll have to get some more printed. But I am really excited about going into this weekend. I've got a full-on weekend with family. We've got some more travel planned. We're going to go and spend some time with my husband's family, and I'm looking forward to getting in touch with them. So being the end of the week, we know what we need to do. We need to make sure that we stop and take time to replenish and relax. Make sure that we are doing things that nurture us, that fill us up on the inside, because coming into this time of year, our clients are going to need us. They need the certainty that comes with us being available, and they need to know that there is hope at a really uncomfortable time of year for a lot of people. That's our responsibility. So we need to look after ourselves so we can turn up next week and be ready and available to do that. So until Monday, go be your awesome self.